out here by this lake, and it's a beautiful day. It's been some nice weather the last few days. A little chilly earlier in the day and later at night, but it's nice. And today, I'm going to bring you this video. First of all, if you've been watching my videos and you're like, where are your Wednesday videos at? And you don't know, I've been doing lives every Wednesday now to be consistent and also to be able to talk with you all, be in real time and everything like that. I've been doing Wednesday lives. So look at my live tab and you'll see that on there. So other than that, we're going to keep the Sundays like this. We're going to do a video on Sundays. And if you're new here, I talk a lot about, at least right now during this season, nervous system regulation. About when you feel stuck, when you feel like you're drowning in life, when you feel burnt out, anything like that. We're going to work on our nervous system. And it's really how we carry things, because when we're carrying a lot and one little thing gets put on top, it's going to all crumble. It's going to fall. We're going to beat ourselves up. Especially if you already feel stuck. Y'all excuse me, I'm out here trying to get myself together and walking a little bit. But but after that, if you've already done that and you're ready to like have action and to move forward, then it looks different. And so when you're in that state, you feel like you're lacking something. And the thing is, you're not lacking skills and you're not lacking, it's just your nervous system. It's your fundamentals. Sorry, y'all, I'm getting thrown off here. We got people walking by and stuff. But we feel like we're lacking skills and other things, and it's like you just need to regulate yourself and don't beat yourself up so much. You need more compassion during this time. You need to give yourself grace. You need more rest, that type of a thing. Like, how do you control your breath? How do you regulate your heartbeat? How do you come to more of a coherence between your heart and your mind? And you just work on those things, and you have to learn that about yourself, because everyone's different. I like to get outside in nature, put my feet on the ground and all of that. Somebody else may not really want that. They may want to go move their body inside. Whatever that looks like for you. I do believe in stillness, in the power in stillness. So I do think there's a time for that. There's a time for pausing and meditating and quiet time to yourself, whether that's just in your car, in your bathroom, whatever you can get during the time. And I hope y'all can hear me. Like I said, I forgot my mic in my headphones, and so we're just going like this. The wind's blowing a little bit. But when you've regulated yourself and now you're ready to move forward and you're like, I've done all of that work, like, what's next? Like, there's nothing else for me to do. I think I've learned what I need to learn. Nothing's moving. For me, it's always been at that point, I will look at my systems. Now, I'm a very systems-oriented person, and I did a personality test, and I would recommend this as well. If you haven't done one in years, if you haven't done one in like 10 or more years, definitely do a personality test. A lot of times, like in college, we did a Myers-Briggs test that helped me out during that time, but it was still lacking something. And then a couple years later, I tried it again. I had a better understanding, but still felt lacking. Like, okay, I get it. Analytics and all this stuff and data and systems, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't have a good understanding of what that even meant. It would tell you what kind of jobs you can get being that type of a person with that personality. But what does that mean in everyday life as well? And the thing is, we all communicate differently. So you can look into human design, really interesting stuff. That's something I'm still looking into. I don't know everything about it or anything, but I do know my design. And there's some interesting stuff. It combines different things to give you a better understanding. There is the flight assessment by Dr. Eric Thomas. That was a really good one. That really helped me out, but it also helped me out because I was able to look into more of his stuff and watch a lot of his content and things like that. So after I got my results, whenever he would talk about the type of person that I was, then I was able to interpret that information better. And he takes it from the standpoint, it's called a flight assessment. And so, in a flight crew, who do you have? You have a pilot, you have a grounds crew, you have the stewardess, right? And then you have air traffic controller. And so I was able to learn more because it gives you some results, and from those results you can kind of look at it and break it down. Again, it took a while for me to continue to look at it to get a better understanding and to compare to some of his content and things like that. But I have a better understanding of that compared with my human design and my birth chart and all of those type of things. Was it Enneagram? Just a lot of those different things combined. But it's been over the years and learning a little bit here and there. And I just say that to say that there's, a different way for people to communicate. There's a different way for people to learn. There's a different way for people to do things. And so you need to learn yourself. I always talk about the self-discovery journey, and it's a personal journey that you go on. And I'm saying all that to say that once you've done the regulation and you feel like you're in a good place and you feel like you're ready to move forward and take action and you're doing things but nothing's really working, and I talked about in my last life how it feels like you're in quicksand, and the more you try, the more you struggle, the further you sink down. And we feel like we're doing everything right and all these things, and why is nothing happening? One, it could be timing. I always talk about the sacred pause, so it just may not be the time for those things, but you continue to do the work. Maybe it's more for you to discover about yourself. Maybe at this point, this is what I want to say, is that at this point, maybe it is education. Maybe you need to learn something. You need to develop your skills or a skill. And that's why the personality test would help, because what are some skills that you can develop more? You didn't really know that you were good at these things and it comes innately to you, but you are. You just didn't understand it in that way, and now you do. So now how can we develop that skill? And especially nowadays, enhancing your skills and really developing a skill set is going to set you apart. Especially we have robotics, we have AI, we talk about all these jobs being lost, but then on the other hand, you have people talking about how they don't want to work for less than $15 an hour just to flip a burger, or just to put fries in a bag, or just to do whatever the thing is. We don't even have people showing up for work that they don't want to anymore. And then we complain about it, but they're going to use the robots because nobody wants to do the jobs. And hey, I'm not saying that it's wrong on either side. I'm just saying that's the reality of things. You have businesses and corporations that gonna make money. They want to make money. That's our thing. And they're also employing other people, and they want to keep making their money. They're going to do what they got to do, which means they're going to have robotics and AI. You have other civilians. You have people who need to make a living. They need to survive. They want to eat. They just want the basics, but they can't do that off of spending so much time at this job that they're burnt out at, or they don't care about, or they don't feel like cares about them. It has no meaning behind it. And I talked about this before about how we're in a crisis of meaning, an identity crisis. And this is why I do the videos I'm doing, because it's really important that we come to an understanding of ourselves personally, and then that spreads outwardly as well, and we can hold space for those people, and we can show them as well, and we can also create new things. This is a time of creation as well. It's not just destruction. What are we creating during this time? And we can do it collectively, or you can do it individually. It's up to you. But we don't just sit around passively and do nothing. And again, if you need to regulate your nervous system, you don't feel safe, you've been in fight or flight, you've been in poverty, you've been in survival for most of your life, you need that time. So go ahead and take that. But those of us who are ready to move, who are ready to act, who are ready to create, it is time. And so we need to develop those skills, and we need to educate ourselves in those areas. And it's hard when you're someone who likes to do a lot of things, or you're good at a lot of things. I get that. Initially starting out doing content and stuff, it's like, oh, well, what do you do? And everybody talks about niching down and all this stuff. And then you have people say you don't need to niche down. Well, I mean, there's so much more to it. So I would have to talk to that person individually. But one, it would be so what's most important right now? Are you trying to make money? Or are you trying to do something you love? And do you have time to do that without making money? So there's different situations and scenarios here. And it's, again, a journey of learning it and discovering those things. And the only way to do that is to experience it, is to just start doing. And even with content, you'll see some people, they talk about just putting out a lot of content, putting out, and people are like, I don't know which one to do. The whole point is just to put everything out there. And then as you do it, you're going to learn what works. You're going to learn what you really want to put out there, more so. And one, you can base it off of the interaction you get. The more views you get on a certain video, oh, people like roller skating more than they like the bike riding content I do. Or you just do whatever you want to do and just keep putting out there, because it's going to reach that audience. And the more you interact with that audience on other content that's related to that, you're going to get more of those people. And you're doing it from a place, like, not that you want something either. This is the different world. This is the new system. But in a system, there are processes. And that's why I talk about skills, because when you develop a skill, that's a process that you're learning. But there's multiple processes in a system. And that's why we need multiple of us in the system. And if we're creating a new system, then we need to learn these skills and develop those skills. It is so crowded out here, y'all. And, it's kind of weird and awkward to have people staring at you and to be talking, and to be the person that's holding the camera, because a lot of people are like, look at people who make content as weird people or whatever. Like, why are they doing that? People will judge you off of different things, but this is more important than that. And I probably will never see these people again, or maybe I would even inspire other people. You never know. So anyway, I'm just gonna wrap it up here. Like I said, so those of you who are ready to move, to act, maybe take a personality test or look into human design, and combine these things. You can also look into Eric Thomas's flight assessment if you would like. And again, combine these things together and kind of just look at it. I looked at it over and over for a period of time, for at least like 30 days, highlighted, circled, searched different terms and different things like that, to get a better understanding for me, and then related it to what I was doing or what I liked, those different niches, those different hobbies, those different things that I would like to do continuously and also get paid for it. But that's the thing, is you also have to understand, when you want to get paid for something, it is work. It's not going to be fun all the time. You don't just do it when you feel like it. You got to get up and do it whenever you want, or whenever you need to, whenever you say you're going to do it, because then it's a business at that point. If it's a hobby, it's different. And so I'm saying all that because I could have so easily just laid in bed and not done this. Like, again, the computer crashed, like all these things. It's been so busy. My project, again, if you didn't watch my last live on Wednesday, my project that I've been working on is getting pushed back more. It's just been so much. I've had to change it. I'm trying to wrap this up real fast, but I've had to change it. And I'm gonna go ahead when there's not a lot of people out here. But yeah, I've had to change it drastically, in a sense, one part of it. And a little concerned, but I know it will work. I know it will work, and there's a reason behind it. But it was not what I expected. Hopefully y'all can hear me with this wind, and I'm in frame as well. But yeah, so things will change. You move, you adjust, and we keep moving forward, especially if that's what you really want. One more thing before I leave is that you won't change until you really want change. You have to really want it. It has to be so uncomfortable. So you need to make the situation uncomfortable, if it's not already. It has to get so uncomfortable to make you want to change. That's that rock bottom that people hit. When that happens, you have to change. I will not continue like this. And then you do those things. So look, keep going. As always, keep shining. Breathe. Get outside and walk if you can. Get some sunlight on your skin if you can. It is now officially spring. Happy spring, everyone. Things are blooming, and it is going to be beautiful. So let's keep doing the work. Work on your skills, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe if you're new here. Like this video for me. Share it with someone. Hopefully you can hear me throughout this, and I will see you Wednesday on my live. I'll probably be doing it after 3 p.m. Eastern time, so check that out. All right, y'all. Take care.